When it comes to seafood, cooking and preparing can be, well, a little daunting, especially with something like oysters that come with some extra steps. But today we're learning how to shuck them with our friend Josh Toma, the chef and owner of everyone's favorite seafood, oyster, lobster restaurant, Smack Shack. Hey, Josh.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
It's going really good. We're capping off a fun show with a fancy pants treat that I love. I know you love them.
I love them.
I didn't realize how difficult, I mean, we live the farthest away from the ocean, so we don't do a ton of oysters in Minnesota.
Correct.
But it's like a difficult task to shuck those little things open.
It's not that hard. So we're gonna shuck some this morning. I've got some gloves for you here.
Okay.
Why don't you throw those on? But, one of the great things about oysters is that each oyster, especially East Coast, has a different flavor. And where that flavor comes from is really the water that they're filtering. So I don't know if you know, but oysters filter about 50 gallons of water a day.
I did not know that.
So they are
you
kind
serious?
of our, so they're kind of our stewards of the ocean. They filter stuff for us. They get out algae that's not great for our waters, and they clean it up. So
and when we eat them.
and then we eat them.
Right. It's like taking the vacuum bag and like.
That's right. Right. So these are from our friends' farms.
They're so good.
Yeah. So we have two from Massachusetts. These are Back Bay Blondes. Say that fast. Then we also have Island Creek. These two are Massachusetts. And then these Pink Moons that we're going to shuck are
Moon.
from Canada. They're from Prince Edward Island.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I was saying, we were in New Orleans a couple weekends ago, and we tried some Pink Moons.
Oh, you did?
Delicious.
Oh, great. Yeah, these are great. They're small, they're briny. So I'll give you an oyster, and I'll take one.
Deal.
And then we'll show you how to shuck. So
Okay.
really what I do is you just kind of put the end of the oyster under. So
Flat side down or up? Or wait.
you go flat side up. So
okay.
you kind of keep that liquor. You want to keep that cup just like this. So
Got
you
it.
keep that down.
Okay.
So that ocean water that's inside of it is called liquor. So then you're going to take this curved knife. It's very simple. You're going to put it right on the hinge. Just wiggle it back and forth. And just run it along the top to kind of loosen it up. Open it up. Then you've got a fresh oyster with a nice amount of liquor. Now, one way to tell if oysters are really fresh is by how much liquor there is left in the actual oyster itself. So I'll just flick out that. I like to have them with a little bit of mignonette, which is red wine vinegar and shallot. I just put a couple drops on there.
You got a lot more liquor than I did.
Yeah,
I think someone got into the cabinet a little early here.
I think somebody spilled it over there.
Yeah, a little liquor. All right, so you go mignonette.
Mignonette, yep. You can squeeze a little lemon. We've got some of our smoked cocktail sauce that we make at Smack Shack there.
Yum.
And here you go, oyster cheers.
Cheers, brother. Let's do it. This is weird for people at home watching us eat oysters.
Yeah, but they're fresh, they're briny. Also, I like it with a little bit of white wine, so I've got some French rosé.
Okay.
You know, I'll twist your arm. Here you go.
All right.
And
So you
it's really,
can you actually taste the difference between the moons and the other ones?
oh, sure, for sure. So if we were to open
And in
up,
what way though? We're talking about fish in brine, not fish, but like an oyster in brine.
sure, some
in
can
brine.
have a little bit more minerality to them. They can have different levels of briny salt depending on if they're in, let's say, more brackish water, so kind of a mix of fresh water and seawater. So they vary by kind of where they're grown. Some have kind of a little bit of nuttiness to them. So that's really why I like East Coast oysters much more than West Coast. I think West Coast are kind of grown in the same waters next to each other, even though the oysters are different. So I like having the variety of flavors personally.
Now, Josh, do you want one? You want to try one?
No,
No.
I am not going to try that.
Okay.
I love everything about Smack Shack, but I don't eat those.
Can I eat one for
Yeah,
her?
sure.
All right. So can you tell me about these classes though?
Yeah, sure. So we're doing
how
our
big
classes.
that one is. That's
know.
We
amazingly
do
big.
them.
know.
It's every other week, and it alternates stores. So at our Smack Shack in Bloomington, which you can now get to because France is open.
Finally.
The exit,
And
right?
it's such a
I
great
know.
store. I went there for lunch the other day, and I hadn't been there. The restaurant is gorgeous.
Well, thank you.
I love it.
So they're $65. You get a dozen oysters, and we show you how to shuck them. If you can't do it, we'll do it. And then we get beers and wine. So this next coming one, it's Three Floyds. And then after that, we've got...
Indiana's finest.
Yep, and we've got War Pigs, and so it's War Pigs and Three Floyds, sorry. And then after that, we've got Bauhaus. So they'll be there.
Oh,
Cool.
The
fun.
actual brewers will be there. We'll talk about those. And then If you're not a beer person, we'll serve wine or also Prosecco.
Which wine again was that?
This
Rosé.
is Whispering Angel.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a French rosé.
Yep.
I'll bet the Bauhaus beer goes particularly good with oysters. Like,
The
stay
Bauhaus
away
is
from the
great.
huge IPAs. You want more of the German.
Right.
like,
I
yeah.
love Bauhaus personally.
All right. Josh, thank you so much, man.
Thanks.
I really appreciate it. Always a pleasure to have you on. Congratulations on the
Thanks.
restaurant.
Thanks. Here we go. There
You've
you
become
go.
a mainstay, and I appreciate the shucking lesson.
Yeah. Thanks
that
so
was
much for
fun.
having
It
me.
was a shucking good time.
Shuck it.
Yeah, shucks. Sorry, you got another one? You can find a link to more details about Smack Shack and their oyster shucking classes at care11shuck.com. Just kidding, care11.com. We'll be right back.